Hello, hello. I'm Tanya Dalton, owner of Inkwell Press, and this is another episode of Tanya TV. Today I want to talk about a digital detox. Unplug to connect with others. I think this is really important because so often we're so busy staring at our screens, we forget to look up. We forget to look around and connect with the people around us. So I want to talk about a digital detox, which is a deliberate act of taking away time from devices, your phone, your computer screens. If you have kids, you might think of this as like a technology timeout. So I'd love to share with you several ways to be able to do a digital detox. And be sure to stay tuned till the end because I've got a free download to help you out. So why would we want to do a digital detox? Well, there's a significant link between the use of technology and engagement in our everyday lives. The more plugged in we are digitally, often the less connected we are with those people around us. Neurologists are starting to see significant changes in our brains in the areas that control attention, decision-making, and even processing emotions. And they're seeing this even in adults. So really, technology affects the way that we feel. And it affects our bodies. Think about the physical reactions our bodies are experiencing to technology because we're constantly gazing downward at our phone or our laptop. We're starting to see more problems with our backs and our necks. So we really want to be cognizant of that. Or if you're having a hard time sleeping, 9 times out of 10, it's due to technology. The most common physical effect is insomnia. That blue light that's emitted by technology really can affect your sleep patterns. But it's not just our health that we feel technology. Our friends and family feel it too. They feel disconnected to us when we're so focused on our computers and our phones. We often lose that connection with those people that we love, and that's what we want to do. We want to unplug to connect with others. Now, this digital detox is a growing trend, and it's done in order to form greater connections with yourself and those people around you. So let me ask you this. What would you do with more time and less technology? Go ahead and post your answer in the comments below because I'd love to know what you would do if you were spending less time on your phone or your computer and how you would spend it. Because being constantly plugged in, we feel is something that we have to do. We feel like that's part of our jobs or maybe our work. But being constantly plugged in doesn't really make you more productive. It actually makes you less productive, and that's probably really surprising. Research actually shows that work, after we hit that 40-hour mark, your productivity begins to decline. So any work that you do over those 40 hours, let's say you're working 50 hours, those 10 extra hours aren't really contributing to your greater good and what you're really wanting to do. And if you're working creatively, it's actually 20 hours, not even that 40 hours. So we feel like we need to do more because that's what everyone else is doing. And busyness becomes a default. It becomes our excuse. But think about this. How often are we busy on our devices just to avoid doing other tasks? Maybe you're bored or you have some anxiety or discomfort. Our go-to is to pick up that screen and take a look. So we need to try to limit the digital distractions that we're feeling, and that'll be the first way that we see some immediate results. Because we want to unplug. What do you think happens when you unplug? Well, the first thing is you start to feel a little bit different with your body. Your posture starts to improve. We begin to see better sleep. But it also gives your brain a break. And I think that's really important. We forget how much our brain works on a constant basis. Giving yourself a break away from technology gives you the space to really process things, especially if you're looking for solutions. It gives you that space to breathe and your brain to explore and play. So you'll make better decisions and it'll help your mood. And really, it will allow you to connect more with not just others, but also yourself. It allows you to create a schedule on your own time of where you want to spend your time. So it'll allow you to be more productive. Instead of being plugged in to be more productive, let's unplug and disconnect to really increase our productivity. Now, what's funny is, if you're wondering if there's an app to help you with your detox, there is. To help us with technology, well, there's more technology. Kind of funny, right? But there's several apps that can really help monitor and regulate how much time you're spending on your phone or on your computer. There is Flipped, Mute, Space, Moment, and those are just a few. What they do is they really allow us to understand how much time we're spending on technology, so then we can start to make some adjustments. We've talked before about the importance of tracking your time. These apps do that for you. They allow you to see where you're spending your time. And even many of the programs where we are wasting our time even have ways to track our time. Apple, Google, Facebook, Instagram all have tracking within them, so you can begin to see how much time you're really spending on that social media. But there are other ways as well where you can digitally detox. And I've got 7 ways to do your own digital detox download to make it even easier for you. If you'd like to grab that, just go to inkwellpress.com/digital detox to grab your copy. I'm going to go through all 7 of them with you right now, but the download is great to print out and post to help remind you of where you really want to spend your time and how to disconnect so you can connect with others. And I'll be sure to post that link in the comment section below. So the first way that you can do your own digital detox is to turn off the push notifications. These are those notifications that appear on your lock screen rather than within the app. It's those pings and those blips that pop up on your screen that remind you that somebody's posted on Instagram, or don't forget to do this. Turn off those push notifications. It's way too tempting to pick up your phone when you hear that tiny little ping and check it out. And then the next thing you know, you're in that rabbit hole of technology. The second thing you can do is place your phone in a designated space and then go to that place whenever you want to check it. Instead of carrying around your phone, keep your phone in that one spot. Think of it kind of like smoking, how people have to go outside to smoke, and so you have to really want to smoke to go outside, especially on a cold day. This is the same thing with your phone. You have to go to that location in order to check it. You'll start to notice how often you're itching to go to that spot, and that might make a big difference. The third thing you can do is set limits or use apps to limit the time spent on social media sites. I mentioned a couple earlier. I mentioned Flipped and Mute, and I mentioned Moments. All of these are great in helping us track where our time is going. We really want to start taking a look at how all these minutes are adding up. 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. Starts to build up. You're actually usually really surprised at how much time we're spending mindlessly scrolling rather than being mindful on technology. The fourth thing you can do is put your phones in a basket or in another space altogether during family meals or during meetings. That helps you engage with others in the room. Instead of constantly looking at your phone, it gives you an opportunity to dive a little bit deeper and build relationships with those people you're sitting with, whether that's your family or your coworkers. That's really what builds effective teams, and I think that is so important. The fifth thing you can do is turn your phone off for an hour before bedtime. That's a really, really easy way to start. 1 hour before bedtime, and you could use your phone to your advantage on this. Set the timer so it goes off an hour before you want to go to bed, and that's your cue to turn it off. If you need to, jump in one more time, check whatever you need to check, and then turn it off. That will allow your brain some space away from technology so you can get a good night's sleep. The sixth thing you can do is leave your phone outside of your bedroom and use a traditional alarm clock. I know a lot of us are dependent on our phones to wake us up in the morning, but people have been using alarm clocks for centuries or some form of alarm clocks. So we don't have to have our phone by our bed. What happens is sometimes we wake up in the middle of the night and for some reason we're tempted to pick it up and start getting onto social media or checking out if we have any emails, right? Take that temptation out of the room altogether, put an alarm clock in your room and take your phone and don't ever bring it in the bedroom. The seventh thing you can do is have a completely tech-free day. One whole day that feels completely tech-free. I know that might seem hard, but make it easy on yourself. Do it on a day that would feel easy. Maybe a holiday when there's no work, or a Saturday or a Sunday when less people are contacting you. If you can, push it to a whole weekend. That would be my challenge for you. But let's start small, start with just an hour, and then let's see if we can work our way to a full day completely tech-free and see how that feels. See how you feel more connected to those people around you. I think you'll see a big difference. But here's the thing, when you do a digital detox, you really start to experience the 4 P's, perspective. We come away from a detox feeling better about the people that we're spending our time with and the way that we're using technology in our lives. You walk away with productivity. As I mentioned, plugging in doesn't boost your productivity. So taking time away will allow you to get back to work when you're ready, feeling a little more energized and ready to go. It also gives you perseverance. Being able to refrain from using technology really can help give you the ability to understand that you don't have to have it all the time. And then you feel a little more empowered to be without it a little more often. And then it helps provide you purpose. Removing that constant distraction of technology allows us to truly focus on what matters most, on living our lives intentionally without all that extra noise in our lives. So I really want to encourage you to try a digital detox. As I said, you don't have to go big. It could be just a few minutes. It could be for a few hours, or maybe even move up to a whole day. And I've got that free download to help you out. You can grab your copy at inkwellpress.com/digital detox. You don't have to do it for a long time, just a few minutes, and then maybe build up to an hour, and then work your way up to a full day or even a full weekend being free from our digital connections. Now, if you want to dive deeper into this idea of disconnecting so you can connect with others, I do have an entire podcast episode dedicated to it, and I'll be sure to include that in the notes section below. In the meantime, I would love for you to subscribe. I have new videos all the time that help you find a little more productivity in your day. All right, until next time, have a beautiful and productive week.